What is up, you guys? Welcome back to Living by the F Word. Today I am talking about ARC Music Festival. I'm going to give you some artist recommendations and some set time slot recommendations where I think I will be at this weekend for the second edition of ARC, which will be taking place in Union Park in Chicago. Can't wait to see you all there. Let's get into it. Hi, friends. It's been so long since I got to sit down and record a video. Really happy to be back and super excited to be attending my first ARC Music Festival this weekend. If you're new here, my name is Jess and I create videos around F words I'm passionate about, and festivals are a heavy focus here on my channel. Would love for you to join the F word lover community by hitting that subscribe button down below and hitting the bell next to it so you get notified every time I upload. So, ARC is going to be, I think, my 8th or 9th major event this year. Probably going to be my last one for this year, too. I kind of need to slow down, but I am a huge tech house fan, love techno as well. So this was the move, especially since I'm not at Burning Man this week. I just really was excited to check this out. So I want to let you know where I think I'll be or give you some recommendations. So let's start off with Friday. I always forget to mention that I have made a playlist of the entire lineup for you to listen to. So while you're packing, while you're on the train, plane, automobile, whatever, I got you. So that is in the description below if you want to take a listen to all the artists I'm about to get into. So the festival starts at 2 every day and it goes until 10 p.m. And then they have after hours each night, and I'll get into the after hours at the end of the video. But starting off for Friday, my first recommendation would be Blue 9 at Expansions. She is a Chicago house music artist, kind of all over the board, honestly. A lot of her tracks are pretty versatile, house, techno, tech house. So I'm not really sure what vibe she'll be, but pretty much the entire lineup for that day on that stage is a lot of techno. So I would guess it would be more on the techno side. But if I make it there early enough, I would like to check her out. Up next, I would like to see Ann Clue. So everything on the grid seems to be a lot of like that melodic house, deep house music style. And Ann Clue has a lot of tracks with artists that I love, and I've never seen her before, so I'd like to check her out. Also, I forgot to mention, I have the pink highlighted artist as to where I would like to go, what sets I think I'll be at. And then the orange highlighted artists are artists that I highly recommend. I just don't think I'll be at that set just because there's other stuff going on or there's different reasonings behind each thing. But yeah, so pink is where I think I'll be. After that, I want to stick around for Casablanca. They are a duo and also have that like melodic house vibe going on. So I would like to check them out. I really want to try to see artists that I haven't seen before. And I've seen a lot of the artists on this lineup. So I'll either be a repeat offender for some, or I kind of want to check new ones out. At the same time as that, pretty much right after Casablanca, I'll probably stay there for a little bit. But then I want to head over to Teeny Jessler. Now, she is on all 3 days at the Elro stage. So depending on what your schedule's like, you could catch her any day. I'm going to try to catch her on Friday just based off of how my schedule is for the rest of the weekend. But I really love her sound. She has a really great tech house sound. So I definitely want to go check her out in the Elro stage. And if you've never been to Elro before, they are a Spanish label, Spanish party that does this really elaborate show like within all of their shows. Basically, like there's a lot of confetti and there's a lot of performers, and basically from ceiling to floor you have a lot of visuals. So it's a really fun place to go check out some artists that you like. Especially this whole lineup basically is a lot of house that's going to be in there for this particular day. So I do want to go in there, but I think before I'm going to pop over to Panpot. So Panpot, they're a techno duo that I have not seen in a very long time. and they actually are playing the pre-party on Thursday at Spy Bar, and it's sold out currently. So I don't know if I'll be able to see that. So I kind of want to check out Panpot, and then I'm going to probably head over to Elro, see Teeny Jessler, and then I'm going to stay there for Clooney. Clooney is a UK artist. He is another like tech house artist that I have not seen before. I missed him at Electric Forest. I want to see him. And he's on at the same time pretty much as Nora and Pure and Sama Abduhadi. And I've seen Sama and Nora before, so I'm going to go to Clooney most likely. Once again, this is like tentative. Like I say I'm going to do these things and I always surprise myself and end up at a set that I did not think I would be at. So that's where I think I'm going to be. Then I'm going to pop back over to Expansions. For Anna, I absolutely love her. Before that, though, on the way there, since it's in between, I want to go to the art car to see Portals and Parachutes. So they're another local artist, and they're from Chicago. They're a duo, and they have some tracks out with Sydney Blue, and I love Sydney Blue. She's been a staple in the underground scene for a very long time. So I think I would really like their set. And I always try to rep the undercards if I can, because I feel like they always bring the best sets in a way. So I want to maybe hop over there, and then I'm definitely going to see Anna at some point. She just blew my mind during 2020 on the Beatport live stream. I'll never forget some of her live sets. I did check her out at EDC Orlando last year too, so I have seen her before, but I felt like there was a lot of conflicts during that time. So I'm going to try to definitely stick it out for majority of her set. And then I think I'm going to close the night out with Chris Lake. So I don't know. I'm a house head over techno. So, Richie Houghton, he is just absolute legend in the techno world. I have seen him before. I don't know. Maybe I'll end up there, but I probably will see Chris Lake, even though I've seen Chris Lake a million times. I think it will be such like an absolute vibe in the Elro tent. And also, I do recommend Borges Breja. Absolutely recommend him. He is one of my top artists to see, but I do have the tickets for his after hours, which is going to be happening at Radius that same night. So that's why I'm probably not going to see him at the festival. Okay, let's get into Saturday. So Saturday is probably going to be a day that I'm actually going to try to be there when the gates open, which is very not like me. I typically roll into festivals around 4 or 5, but this is a city festival and it goes from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. And I kind of feel like you have to make the most of it when you're at a city festival. And on top of that, there are some artists that I want to see starting off. So at 2 p.m., kicking off the Elro tent, you have RV Mala, B2B, Alex Kislov. I definitely highly recommend that you guys go see this set if you are on site that early. These guys literally saved my life at Electric Forest After Hours, basically. They restored my faith in the Forest After Hours this year. There was this super dope party that they were at. RV Mala in particular, he spun. Alex was there, but they all threw down. All these guys from Detroit threw down. It was Asaki, RV Mala, Ancient Mermaids, and Techno Tupac. There was a whole bunch of guys that threw down at this party at Afters at Forest, and they were so good. RV Mala in particular, I remember when he came on and I was like, who is this dude? And yeah, I have actually the whole party in my day 3 vlog. So if you want to go check it out, I will link it for you, but I am going to try to be at that set because I think it's going to be fire. All right, up next, I am going to pop over to the Grid, which to my knowledge is kind of like the main stage here. So I want to see Shalina Manahutu. I don't know if I am pronouncing that right, but at the Grid, you got a lot of techno that day. So I would like to check her out. After that, I have a Groove Cruise family meetup, so you could kind of see that over on the left-hand side. We're trying to meet up around 3:15 to 3:30 for a big GC fam group picture. So there's a lot of Groove Cruisers going to this. If you happen to be going on Groove Cruise in October for Cabo or in Miami for the Miami sailing in January. There's going to be so many of us there, and we're all going to be meeting up to take a group photo. So come say hi to us, come meet some GC fam if you'd like to. And after that, I want to see Enrico Sangilanio, probably pronouncing that wrong too. He's another techno artist that I have not seen that I would like to see. Also, I want to see Dila Swing. So I didn't mention him on Friday, but he also is kind of like a resident artist at Elro, and he is on the lineup for Friday, Saturday, Sunday as well. Same thing with Teeny Jessler. So both of them, like, depending on your schedule, you could play around and figure out a time to see them. But Dila Swing, I would like to see like that nice big slot for him from 4 to 5:30, or at least from 4 to 5. Just because very talented. He played one of my favorite parties this year at Miami Music Week, the Bandinos party, Rafa Barraros' label. I don't know how to pronounce any of these names, so I'm sorry. But if you know what I'm talking about, Dila Swing was on that lineup. It was a fire party from start to finish. I'll never forget it. So yeah, I want to go see that set of his. And then I'm going to be popping over to my girl Emma Capotes' meetup for Rave Culture Cast. So you could see that over on the left. That's at 5 p.m. And it's going to be at Mariposita statue, which was a Burning Man art installation actually in 2019. And it's going to be at ARC this year. Probably saying that wrong too. But that is where that meetup is going to be. Oh, the Groove Cruise meetup is at the ARC sign, by the way, if you want to go to that. Yeah, so I'm going to head over to Emma's meetup. She is making moves in the dance music world, festival industry. She has her own YouTube channel. She also has her own podcast, Rave Culture Cast, which I've been a guest on 2 times. So I always love to support her and her meetups and meet a bunch of people that go there, a lot of other festival goers. It's just really good networking. And fun thing to do to meet up with other festival goers and meet these people that you've met online. So I will be there. Around that same time, you also have at Expansions, Carl Craig, B2B, Seth Troxler. But, I've seen both of them actually a couple times this year. Just saw Seth last week at Elements. So I'll be passing on that one. Also around the same time, like around 5 p.m., getting into 5:30, you have Joseph Capriati. So I highly, 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 highly recommend him. Amazing techno artist from Italy. The reason why I'm not going to him is because I have tickets to his after-hour party that night, which is going to be at Prism, I think. So yeah, I'll be seeing him. So that's why I'm skipping out on him. I am going to make my way to... most likely, Gene Ferris, B2B Mike Dunn. I love Gene Ferris. Gotta rep the homies. Always gotta rep the homies. Chicago native, Chicago house music artist. Love him. And so I would like to see that. And then also Dustin Sheridan. I would like to see him at some point. He's at the Art Car kind of around the same time. So I'd probably go to Dustin and then maybe like see the tail end of that B2B in the Elro tent if I can. But yeah, Dustin, another Chicago native, opens up on a lot of Anthony Atala's Incorrect parties, the yacht parties in Chicago. If you're from Chicago, you probably know about Incorrect, the music label. So Gene Ferris been spinning on his parties too. So I kind of want to like split my time between those 2 sets. And then I'm going to go to Carl Cox. Obviously, I will never miss Carl Cox whenever I have an opportunity to see Carl Cox. Like, I have seen that man everywhere it is humanly possible to see that man at every single festival you could think of. Ibiza closing party before Space even closed. I've seen that man literally everywhere. He's a techno legend. Just gotta go see Carl Cox. Absolutely will not miss that. Going on the same time though as Carl Cox, you do have Paco Asuna and then also Derek Carter, B2B Mark Farina. The Derek Carter B2B Mark Farina, I might end up there a little bit just because that seems like a very special B2B. I've seen Mark Farina a lot of times. In fact, when I first got into house music, he was probably one of the first artists I've ever seen. And then Derek Carter, Chicago staple. So I just feel like that's going to be a really nice set, but I just love Carl Cox. So I will probably be at Carl Cox if I'm being honest. All right. And then closing out the night, you have Charlotte DeWitt, who amazing techno artist. If you have not seen her before, I do recommend her, but I have seen her. So I'm thinking I will be at either Get Real, which is Green Velvet, and Claude Von Stroke. I think that's going to be a nice vibe in the Elro tent. But ultimately, I do think I'll probably be at Honey Dijon because I still have not seen her perform, and she is an amazing house artist, and it's at the expansion stage, which kind of like looks like a stage that's kind of like set in between trees and kind of a little bit more intimate, and like I kind of like those vibes over being inside a tent and being at a main stage type area. So I feel like the expansion stage is somewhere where I do want to close out one night. So I do think I will be at Honey Dijon. All right, and moving into the final day, Sunday. Once again, if you're popping around, the pink is where I think I will be, and the orange is highly recommended artist that I just probably will not be at. So ultimately, if I could get to the venue early, I would probably go to expansions first for that B2B, but I don't think I'm going to make it there on time because I think I'm honestly going to be suffering because I'm going to be going to all these after hours after the festival each day. So, yeah, ultimately, if I could get there by 4 p.m. on Sunday, I'm going to be very proud of myself. And I would like to start out with Wax Motif, who is an incredible house artist, and I just haven't really had the opportunity to see him. He was at Electric Forest, he's always at EDC, he's at a lot of festivals I go to, and I just really haven't been able to see a set of his because of schedule conflicts. So I would like to go see a little bit of him. Also, though, at the same time at Expansions, there's Gioli and Asia, and they are absolutely amazing. They are a duo from Italy, and they are incredibly talented. They're kind of more like on the melodic techno side, I would say, but they perform live, and they were one of my top sets at Electric Forest this year. So they play drums, they do their own vocals, they DJ, they play instruments, and it's like this live melodic techno set, I guess you could call it. It's just super interesting, and I really enjoy their performances and their music. So I kind of want to see them just because you don't see them too much on US lineups, really. And then also I do recommend on the art car, Rizky. So I would like to see him for a little bit if it happens to fit in with the other two. I don't know if I'll be able to, but I do recommend him. He is one of the partners for Don't Trip Festival out in Utah, which is a festival that you absolutely need to put on your radar. Like yesterday, you had to put it on your radar. It is so amazing. And actually, once I get back from ARC, I do plan on editing a ton of vlogs that I never had a chance to edit, and Don't Trip is one of those festivals that I will be putting vlogs out for, kind of like throwback vlogs. And I definitely recommend Rizky for sure. He's like house music, kind of like more uppity. I feel like the art car actually like has like some really good artists that like are super like high energy and like just like the vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like can be groovy, can be like funky, but like high energy. I don't know I'm not too good with the subgenres. I do my best, but yeah. Anyway, after that, I want to go to Vintage Culture. Like, no doubt about that. I'm going to be at Vintage Culture, which is over at the Grid. I have been listening to Vintage Culture. He's pretty much been an artist I've been listening to from when I first started listening to dance music, and I just don't think a lot of people knew about him. And then all of a sudden, like, he's just been like blowing up as a producer, as an artist. Like, he's just been like making waves lately in the scene, and so I really love his music, and I would want to go to that set. After that, actually, like, I might, if I'm at Risky, stay at Danger Wayne B2B Kais, because those are two Chicago artists and I haven't seen them before, but like they like that B2B I feel like is going to be kind of like high energy, kind of reminds me of like, I don't know, how like house music, but like in a way like borderline, not like big room, but like more progressive, but also like deep house. I don't know. I've listened to some of Kais's music and I really, really like it. So I feel like that would be an interesting back to back. And like I said, I always try to rep some of the undercard because I feel like they really bring it more than some of these big name artists. So I kind of want to be there at some point, and then I don't know. So I'll have to split my time between that and vintage culture. I also would like to see Acid Poly. Never seen Acid Poly, so I don't know. That's kind of like one of those like hard to split my time. Obviously, I recommend Justin Martin, but I've seen Justin Martin a ton of times. He's on Dirty Bird. Also plays Desert Hearts almost every year. He was the surprise set this year. So I have seen Justin Martin plenty of times. So I'm good with him. After that, you have basically for the whole rest of the night, very hard to choose. So I'm going to go to Claptone personally in the Elro tent. I just love Claptone's music. Amazing house music artist. I love Gorgon City too. They are a duo that is absolutely incredible, and I'm like pretty much obsessed with a lot of their albums. But once again, I've seen them a lot. I feel like I haven't seen Claptone in a really long time. Same time as that, DJ Tennis, couldn't recommend him anymore. I recommend him highly as well. Italian producer that is just like so well known in the underground. Absolutely love his music, house music. Kind of has like also like some of the techno sound in there a little bit. But once again, I've seen DJ Tennis like a lot, and I have seen him a couple times this year too at Get Lost and Day Zero. So just kind of like picking over based off like who I've seen and who I haven't seen recently. All right. And then closing out, this is like absolutely so hard, especially because it's the last night of the festival. So on the grid, you have Adam Beyer and Cerez D. And Adam Beyer is probably one of my favorite techno artists. And Cerez D, everyone knows that's like Eric Prydz' alter ego, right? I've never seen Cerez D. I think a lot of people would be shocked to know that I've never seen Cerez D and I've never seen Eric Prydz ever. So I feel like I need to go to that. But you got Fatboy Slim, who is an absolute legend. I haven't seen him in years, although I have seen him at many festivals. I've seen him at EDC and Ultra and Tomorrowland, and literally I've seen Fatboy Slim everywhere, but I just haven't seen him in years and years and years. So I'm like very intrigued to go there. I don't know. Either way, I will be at one of those two sets from 8 until probably 9:15. And then 9:15, I'm closing out with Deepfake. There is no question asked. I am closing out with Deepfake. They are extremely talented, these guys. And if you don't know about them, you need to get on it right now. I actually, about a year ago, didn't even know who they were. And one of my subscribers put me onto them. And then I started listening to their music, and I met them on Groove Cruise, and now I'm just like a super fan of their music. They are super talented. Techno, house, they do it all, and also not just DJs, but produce a lot of their own music, and their music is amazing. Also, they do their own visuals, so they are VJs as well. And so if you watch their Twitch stream, it is absolutely insane, the visuals that they coordinate with their shows to give you like this incredible experience. So I will definitely be closing out Deepfake. You got to rep the homies. It's just, that's what's happening. I just don't know what's going to happen before that. Also, at that same time, you have Ben Bomer. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but I would like to see him too. He reminds me a lot of like more of that like kind of like melodic house type music that like kind of like Monolink or like John Blomqvist or something like that. Like that's what he reminds me of. So I would like to see him, but like those four all at the same time. I mean, you can't be everywhere. So yeah, we'll see what happens, but I'm definitely going to close out with Deepfake. And then finally, just wanted to throw up the after party schedule, which is happening every day starting on Thursday and then going through Monday morning even. Right now, I only have the 2 tickets I had mentioned. I will be at Radius on Friday for Boris Breha. If I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And then I am going to be at Joseph Capriati at Prism on Saturday. Sunday I have up in the air. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it. There are also some new additions to the schedule, like on Friday at Primary, which is like a really small intimate club. They're doing a art car good bus showcase, which has RV Mala, Deep Fake, Good Sex, and like a bunch of like the undercard artists that I recommend, and it's free entry. So if you don't have tickets to any of these other parties, I would recommend going to Primary because I feel like that's going to be a super sick party. That's pretty much it. I'm so excited to be attending my first ever ARC. Big house head, you know, love the underground, love house, love techno, love tech house, love it all. So I'm super excited, and I'm really excited to be meeting up with so many of my friends there. And yeah, hopefully I will see you there. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell button, like this video, let me know who you're happy to see or who you would suggest other people go see, and I will see you soon. Peace.